Hi, my name is Nick Birch with the 2012 Guerrilla Film Challenge. You'll soon be receiving, if you haven't already, your login credentials on how to get started with this year's event. It contains your username and password and a special link to get your random genre and line of dialogue. Before we get started though, I'm going to go over a couple of things. First off, this video rather is to take you through that process. So first off, shameless plug for my friend here, Eric Jones, awesome artist. This is his work. You can see more at theirison.com, so be sure to check it out. We're going to go ahead and assume I've got the email. All right, so my email has arrived. It's got some special, exciting information for me, my login credentials, and I'm going to go ahead and take you through the process now. If I could type. Okay, the first step in the process is to verify a few details. Now, this is to pretty much make sure that you are the correct team. Now, if there is a problem for some reason, we have a contact us link right here to take you straight to our contact form. We're going to be responsive. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, what have you. But this is our best method, or you can email us at info@48gfc.com. Now, the most important thing I need to do here is pick my time zone. I'm picking Eastern time because that's where I am located. It doesn't matter what time zone I pick because I'll still have 48 hours to complete the event. However, if I want the clock to display correctly, the countdown clock that is, I want to pick the time zone in which I display. Links here for the official rules and terms and conditions. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you've read those. Click next. Now, this is the contest start screen. This giant green button is what you will click to get your genre and line of dialogue. Now, if you come here before 12:01 Eastern Standard Time on May 18th a.m., you will not see that green button and won't be able to start. After 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the button will be there. Once I press the button, my line of dialogue is going to show up there, and my my genre is going to show up here, and my line of dialogue is going to show up just below it. This year, we are also requiring that you include a 10-second slate before your films. We've put convenient links for those in various formats, 1080p, 720p, 480p, and SD here. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you, but we need those for at least 10 seconds before your film. Before I hit the button, I'm going to show you the lay of the land. We've got some useful links here. Got the infamous danger bucket below that. More on that in a moment. And a bunch of verbiage explaining everything, which I encourage you to read before you hit the button. New this year, we also have an extra time option, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, so let's go. Let's push the button. Bloop. And there we go. We're off. We got 48 hours. It started counting down. My genre is fairy tale, fable, or myth. Put your own brand on one we've heard, or invent one of your own. Either way, fairy tales and fables generally teach us something about life or explain phenomenon through story. Examples equal Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Stardust, and Camelot. And my line of dialogue is, why do women always leave me for men who wear turtleneck sweaters and smoke a pipe? For those of you that have seen past GFC films, yes, we sometimes recycle lines of dialogue. Okay, so let's say I'm unhappy with fairy tale, fable, or myth. I'm going to go ahead and elect to use the danger bucket. Now, the danger bucket is exactly that. It's dangerous, but it's wild and exciting. We've got cool genres in here. We've got crazy genres in here. We've got everything from PG porn to mashup cinema to grindhouse trailer. And we also have a very special golden ticket genre. Now, the way the golden ticket works is that you essentially get to make any type of film you want. You are still required to use your line of dialogue, but other than that, you have no genre restrictions. So that's a little enticement to go for the danger bucket. The only thing you should be reminded of is that once you pick this, you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and click it now. Ask me, do I really want to click the danger bucket? Of course I do, otherwise this would be a boring demo. Click OK. Give the page a second to refresh, and boom, I've got twisted timeline. So it's basically timeline style movie. So my line of dialogue stays the same. That's important to note. Everything else stays the same. Now, we're going to go ahead and assume that it is about 46-ish hours later, and I've started having some problems. That's going to bring us down to this new feature we're rolling out this year. It's an extra time option. It's not intended to give anybody an unfair advantage. Everybody has this option, and by no means is it required. The reason we put this in here is year after year we get all sorts of feedback about sob stories, both true and false, about technical issues, and we're forced to make a judgment call on a case-by-case basis. So rather than do that, which we will still do, we'll still gladly make a judgment call if you elect not to use this option. But to make it fair for everybody in that event, you can actually go ahead and buy an extra grace hour. The period, it's a $20 cost, and again, it's not required. But if you do so, you click Buy Now. It's going to go ahead and take you through the PayPal process, and it's actually going to add that extra hour to your finish time and your display clock. Again, it's not required, but if you feel you need the grace period, it's a no questions asked graced hour. Other than that, we'll still entertain technical issues, but those will be judged on a case-by-case basis. So think of this a little bit like insurance. So anyway, that is there for you. Now we're going to go ahead and assume that it is at the end of the event and I'm ready to upload my film. I'm going to go do so by clicking the big upload button. Basically, it's just a reminder of your start time and end time here. This is a file browse option, so I'm going to go ahead and find my film. We're going to go ahead and assume it's finished and on my hard drive and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and attach it. And give it just a moment to attach. Okay, there it is. I need to check that I have read the terms and conditions. There's some just file specifications reminders down here, and I'm going to go ahead and click upload. We do have, in the event of a problem, we do have an alternate upload method, and I'm going to go over that in just a moment. Okay, so the file is now uploading, and through the magic of cinema, we're going to go ahead and edit here and take you to the end of the process. Okay, so the file is uploading. If there's no issues, typically, by the way, we recommend that if you use this method, the file be a gig or smaller. I'm going to go ahead and back out of this, though, and assume that there was a problem. And I'm going to go ahead and click here for an alternate upload method so I can show you what that is like. This is our alternate upload form. Essentially, we allow you to send us a link to go download a file. Again, the same time requirements and everything are in play. We'd like to go ahead and ensure that we have links here to FileDropper, Dropbox, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and say that my file lives at 48gfc.com/zip. I click submit, and we're good to go. Okay, at that point I am in. My film is considered submitted. The link was emailed to us. You should have received a receipt. And it's time to go ahead and put in details about my film and also upload my paperwork and what have you. So I'm saying John Smith is my director, Nick Birch is my producer, etc., etc. You fill all this out all the way on down the line. Then you're given an option to attach your paperwork here. Option 2 for your paperwork, you can actually email a single PDF file to paperwork@48gfc.com, or option 3 is good old-fashioned snail mail. But please note, we have to have everything on file within 10 days for your film to be considered qualified for the grand prize. So now a quick note on the paperwork itself. We get a lot of questions on this, and sometimes it's unclear to people, so I just want to clarify. This is a multi-purpose release form. It's a release for both your talent, your locations, and your music. And the idea is that you print out multiple copies of this, have the person doing the release fill them out, and then you have them circle or initial one of these 3 areas and fill out the particular criteria. So if they're an actor, number 1 applies to them. If it's a location, number 2 applies to them, and you put the address in here. If it's a song or music, have them put the title of the song and the talent in here. If it is a Creative Commons style of music, we'd like you to at least make a note somewhere on the paper, handwritten, of where we can find it, or a URL. Then we want their name, address, and signature down here. So I hope that clears that up for everybody. And now back to the rest of the process. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and say that I've sent it. Click submit. And boom, that's it. So now I'll be taken to a success page, and at that point, I'm good to go. And we're gonna have a special a special announcement waiting for you on this screen. So good luck. We're really looking forward to seeing your films. Sorry for some of the flubs here recording this on the fly, but we're again super excited and can't wait to see all the footage from around the world. Take care.